Hi everyone, I got a bunch of questions about the Dreamsoft Travel Scarf in the recent video feature that is on Instagram, and I wanted to just answer some of the questions that I received, talk a little bit about the Dreamsoft Travel Scarf, as well as answer some questions and respond to some comments about outfits and kind of how I styled it and how I put those together and why this was just the best piece to bring with me on this trip. So this is the Dreamsoft Travel Scarf from Zest Organics, 100% organic cotton. It's super soft. I love it because it's machine washable. So when I'm done with a trip, like the one that was featured in this reel, I can just come home, throw it in the washing machine. And what I like about it is this was a shoulder season trip. So this was a trip to Germany and Switzerland. My husband and I wanted to do Oktoberfest. So that was kind of the impetus for this trip. And then we stayed and did a little bit of touring and hiking in Germany and Switzerland. And so what I love about this is it was a September trip. I didn't want to bring a big bulky jacket, but I knew that we were going to kind of have varying temperatures on the trip. And so this is this great second layer that keeps you warm, but it's not as bulky as a jacket. You can also style it a whole bunch of different ways, which is some of what I featured in the reel. And that is what some of you asked about. How did I style it? Why did I choose to style it that way? So the first scene is one here where I'm actually at Oktoberfest. So this is us in one of the beer halls in Munich, and I am wearing a traditional dirndl, which is the German garb that they wear for Oktoberfest for special events, and definitely maximized on this. Ended up buying it from Etsy, loved it, but it did have a short sleeve shirt underneath. So again, I didn't want to kind of carry around a jacket with me all day at Oktoberfest, but it was chilly and actually a little rainy in the morning. And so the scarf is perfect. I was actually able to just use it as kind of a little wrap through the day to keep me warm. I actually used it as a head cover outside when we were waiting to get in the morning. So it kind of protected my hair in the rain. And then as the night went on, I could just fold it up and wear it as a scarf, or I could just fold it up and sit it beside me. So it ended up working perfectly. And then again, at night, whenever we were walking back, I was able to use it as a warm layer again. In the video that you see here, I'm just wearing it as a wrap. I sometimes get questions at how I do this. So I normally just kind of spread it out, just kind of drape it over my shoulders, and then kind of make it a little bit longer on one side and then drape it over. And I always get questions like, does it stay? It normally stays pretty well. So as long as you kind of get enough fabric over it, I can move and talk and drink and everything else, and it does stay this way. Again, I just think this always looks very sophisticated, and it also is very warm. So it just feels really nice when you're out in a cool place. A lot of people say with these scarves, they will keep them in their purse for restaurants. So this is like a great extra layer if you're in a cold air-conditioned space. So again, this was a day where we were going a lot of inside outside. So it was very nice just to have this extra layer. So the second scene is I'm walking here in Switzerland. This was a day where we were just kind of strolling around the city. I've gotten a couple of questions about my outfit here. The sneakers, I know a couple people have asked about. Those are from Suaves, S-U-A-V-S, and they're a washable sneaker. Really lightweight, really easy to pack. I love the way that they look. And again, I love the way that I can just throw them in the washing machine. I think you're picking up a trend here. I like travel things that I can throw in the washing machine when I get home. I always like to travel with cardigans. They're one of my favorite pieces. So the one that I'm wearing there is from Cezanne. I love their wool cardigans. They last forever. They wash up really nicely. And they're one of my favorite travel pieces, again, just because I can layer on and off. I'm wearing the scarf in this shot more as a traditional scarf. So again, I just kind of pull it longer on one side, drape it over, and then this is just a really nice way to have an extra layer with me throughout the day. I just find it's almost like an adult security blanket. It just feels nice to have this extra layer on. And again, this day we were really active. We were kind of all over the place. And so it was really nice to not have to bring a big bulky jacket with me, but to be able to have this. I also find we were in Europe for this trip, so normally the houses of worship, you don't actually have to cover your head, depending on where you are. But when I've traveled in other countries, especially the last trip that we made to India, I loved having my scarf on like this because certain houses of worship, you need to cover your head. And so it's really nice to have your own covering to do so. There are some places that will give you like a handkerchief or something that has been used by other people. So I really love just being able to have my own scarf. So if we went somewhere, I could just kind of drape it over my head, be respectful, make sure that my hair was covered, but it was my own garment that I had and I didn't have to borrow one from the house of worship. So just another reason having this with you when you travel is just incredible. So the last scene here was really fun. We just walked to a cheese shop that we had learned about online and did a little picnic. So that is actually the river in Zurich that we're sitting by. Funny thing, my husband actually went swimming in that river. That's something that locals do. So he decided while we were sitting there to just jump in with them and had an absolute blast. I did not get in the cold water. I sat there and drank my wine and ate my cheese and stayed dry. So not quite as fun as he was that day. But in this scene, I am wearing it again as a drape. So again, just kind of that one shoulder toss. And I just always find this is like my jacket style. I think I'm wearing those same, I'm wearing those same Suave sneakers here. I know that people don't like white when traveling, but I love white jeans. They're one of my travel staples. I normally always have a pair with me and I will just bleach them and clean them when I get home. But I just always think it's easy to style, easy to kind of make an outfit around white jeans. The most important reason that I love this scarf is because it makes airplane travel more bearable. So what I like about this is when I'm getting on an airplane, I can just wear it as a scarf. So it's really easy to pop on. I can just walk through the airport. It's really easy. I'm hands-free. I don't have a big bulky jacket on. But as we all know, airplanes are always freezing. I don't know what it is, but they keep the temperature so low on an airplane. And so you can see here, I am actually covering up with this as a blanket. And so this is just nice and big. It's large enough that you can kind of place it over your lap. If I'm with someone else, so if I'm with my husband or with my son, it normally ends up being a shared blanket. So it's big enough that two of us end up using, but it just makes air travel so much comfier. And then again, when you're done, you can just pack it up and take it with you. The other thing that I wanted to show is the carry pouch that you can get for these scarves. And I just love this thing. You can see there's the little strap here so you can put it over your suitcase. But what I really like about it is there's always that awkward moment where you might not want your bag at your feet, but there's a couple of things that you want during the flight. And so you don't want to have to get up in the middle of the flight and like walk over someone and get into the bin and everything else. And so what I've started doing is I take my carry pouch and it is sized perfectly so that I can fold the scarf up and put it inside. But there's enough room in here that I can put a few other essentials. So what I do is I kind of make this my little seat bag. So my scarf can fit in here if I'm not wearing it. And then I also do like a hand sanitizer, a lip gloss, you know, a hair clip or hair thing. And then I can just pop this in here, a snack if I have a protein bar or something. And then this is perfectly sized so I can just put it into that seat back pocket. So it works really, really well. So again, Dreamsoft Travel Scarf. I won't travel without it. It's so perfect for a trip to Europe. And if you're getting the scarf, definitely get the pouch as well. It's great for stowing it, keeps it not wrinkled when you're not using it. And again, it makes the perfect little back of seat place to keep things. All right, I hope that you are planning a great vacation and that these tips and this piece might help you on your next trip as well. Have fun.